It's at this point in the course that some of the material gets to be more difficult to understand. So what I thought I would do right here is cover a brief refresher, if you will. I thought we'd go over how to calculate the payments on a loan and the balance also on the loan after any given period, and there'll be a few other concepts we'll talk about. So let's go through this loan calculation problem. First of all, let's talk about a loan of $850,000. Okay. The interest rate, I think the market rate today is about 6.95% or 0.0695 is what we put in. And the term of the loan, well, it's always about 360 payments. So how do I calculate the payment? First, I go to Financial, go down to Payment, PMT, this one. This is your input sheet, so let me work through that. First, what's the rate? Click on this arrow, 6.95. But the loan is paid on a monthly basis, so we want to divide that 6.9 by 12. Okay? Down arrow. Number of periods. Well, I'll type in 360. And then finally, the present value. What is that? That's the balance of the loan. 850. Oops. There you go. I'm typing on the wrong one. 850. Yeah. And the only thing left to do is just click on OK. That is your payment, $5,626.56. Next, what is the balance of the loan after 12 payments? Well, there's a special formula for calculating the balance after any given period of time, and that is the present value formula. And I'll go ahead and show you that right now. Present value right here. Now, when calculating the balance of the loan, it is always equal to the present value of the remaining payments. So in this instance, after 12 payments, how do I do that? Here's the input. First of all, the rate. We know that. Divided by 12. Number of periods. Well, I can click on this and just say, well, it's 360. It was 360, but now after 12, minus 12. Simple enough. Now, what's the payment? Well, we already did that. And then click on OK. There's the balance of the loan after 12 monthly payments, $841,282 and some change. Okay, well, that's fairly simple. Next, how much interest was paid during the first year? Well, on the surface, that may sound kind of difficult, but it's not. How much interest was paid? I know the balance of the loan at the end of the first year, $841,000. So the principal paydown was the difference between $850,000 and $841,000. That's the principal paydown. If I subtract that from the total of the payments, this $5,626 times 12, subtract out the principal paydown, I'm left with the interest. So let's do that. What was the principal paydown? Well, it's the difference between $850,000 and minus the $841,000. That's the principal paydown. The only other thing I have to really calculate now is what's the total of 12 payments of $5,626? Well, okay. I'm going to put in plus 12 times 526. That is the total payments, $67,518. Now, this is one of those instances in where in which it might be easier now to reverse this sign. So what I'm going to do, I go up to this formula where you see equals 12 times E12. Just going to go up here and put a minus sign there, right between the equal sign and the 12. Enter. Okay, there it is. That's the total of payments. So what was the interest? Well, it's again, total payment minus the principal paydown equals the interest paid was $58,800. Okay, what was the principal? Oh, how much interest was paid in year 2? Well, it's the same thing. I have to, first of all, calculate the balance of the loan after 24 payments. Okay, let's do that. Go to present value. The rate. 6.9 divided by 12. Number of periods. Well, it's 360, but we make the payments for 24 months. And what's the payment? Well, the 56. Okay, the balance of the loan is $831,000. Okay, keep in mind. Now, I'm going to repeat this number down here. This is the total of the payments, 67,000 and something. So I'm going to bring that down here. Okay. So what was the principal paydown during that second year? I have to do that calculation still. Well, the beginning balance was $841 less the balance at the end of year 2. So the principal paydown was $9,343.49. So what was the interest? Well, it's the difference between the total payments and this number, the principal paydown. That's the interest. That minus that. $58,175. Okay. That is that was the interest during the second year. And again, from this point on, remember the principal paydown is equal to the balance of the loan at the beginning of the year and the balance at the end of the year. The difference between those two is the principal paydown. I subtract that from the total payments and you're home. All right. Next, what are the total payments if the loan goes full term? Oh, that's always an interesting question. So let's do that. Plus 360 payments times, where is this one? $2,025,560. That is what you will pay over the full term of the loan if it goes full term. I hope it doesn't at that interest rate. I hope it's lower. All right, next. And this is also something that I get asked a lot. How long will it take me to pay off the loan if I make one extra payment per year? Okay, that's a fairly typical question. I'll show you how I would proceed. One extra payment. So I'm going to take one payment plus, that's that $526.56, and divide that by 12. That is the extra payment I want to make each month. Okay, so what is the total payments I'm going to make? Well, that's this one plus the $526. This will be the payments I'll send in each month. Okay, so now the question becomes, how long will it take me to pay off this loan when I pay that? Remember, this loan is scheduled to go 30 years. How much can I shorten the loan by making one extra payment? Well, there is a formula in Excel, financial, and it's called NP something. Oh, N per number of periods. take the rate. What is it? 695 divided by 12. What is the payment? Oh, that's this. This is 6,000. We're going to make that payment. Okay. And the present value. Well, that's 850. That's the starting number. Okay. So this is your answer. It will only take 285 payments and some change, maybe 280, a half a month's payment at the end. Okay, I'm just going to do some calculations just to show you something here. So 285 divided by 12. 285 divided by 12 will give me the number of years it will take to pay off the loan. That's 23 years, 23 3/4 of a year, and it's paid off. So I'm just going to do one more calculation here for you. So 285 times the payment of 6,000. Oh, let me reformat that so it's a little easier for us to look at. Number. Put commas in. That's what I'll pay to pay this off over 23 years. I hope that makes sense what I just said. I will have paid $1,737,000 to pay off a $850,000 loan, which is a lot shorter than, or a lot less than, $2,025,000. So I saved $50,000 in interest by making one extra payment. All right, and my loan is paid off after 23 years. Time for a vacation. Okay, that's what I wanted to cover here for you. If you have any questions, just send it in to the discussion this week, and I will try to answer it as quickly as possible. Thank you.